Frequency bias. Is it holding your music career back? And how can you overcome it? And for you audio nerds out there, no, I'm not talking about EQ frequencies or analog tape alignment. What's up, y'all? I'm Travis Ferentz, a Grammy-nominated recording engineer, and I started this channel to help music industry newcomers and veterans alike build the career they've always dreamed of, and hopefully skip some of the mistakes that I've made along the way. So what exactly is frequency bias? Frequency bias is a cognitive bias referring to the tendency to notice something more often after noticing it for the first time, leading you to believe that it has an increased frequency of occurrence. It's also referred to as frequency illusion. Think you test drive a car and then it seems like it becomes the only car that you see on the road. That is frequency bias. So where does this play into your music career? First off, it can hold you back from growth and stunt creativity and innovation. If you found early success or positive results in a particular genre or with certain techniques, then you're going to be more likely to identify more opportunities in those same spaces. Think about it like you've got one tool that does one job. So you spend all your time looking for that job, as opposed to building a whole toolbox that you can use to do basically any job. This episode is mainly about sync licensing, so let's use that as an example. Maybe you found that you excel at doing the whole cover of a well-known song with a minor key flip thing that used to be super popular in trailers a few years ago. You keep noticing it in trailers, you keep doing it over and over again, maybe finding some success with it, which even furthers your belief that that's the only way to get a trailer spot. But eventually, that trend is gonna wear out and you're gonna be left with a catalog of the same thing. And you'll have missed opportunities to improve by ignoring other music requests. You may have even stunted the growth of your network because you continually worked with the same people that are looking for the same things. The second way that frequency bias affects your music career is that it can shape your perception of it. It does this in a few ways. First, it can lead to a skewed self-assessment of how you're doing. You might overvalue your familiar achievements and undervalue unique opportunities or areas for growth, thus distorting your view of progress and making it harder to pinpoint where you need to improve. Next, it could narrow your focus of what success is. You could start defining success on a limited set of criteria that's determined by what you or your immediate peers have already experienced. This happens all the time in the music industry, especially with social media putting people's success on display for all of us to compare ourselves to. And lastly, frequency bias can reinforce your existing beliefs about your career and the industry. This is something I've talked about on the podcast before. As you encounter more examples that support your current viewpoint, you become less open to alternative perspectives or possibilities. This can create a self-reinforcing cycle that prevents you from challenging your own assumptions and recognizing changes in the industry. So now that we know how frequency bias can hold us back, how do we overcome it? Well, it's easier said than done. Start by being aware of it. Be conscious of your potential preconceptions, be open to new ideas and experiences, and actively expand your network. Make sure you collaborate in styles outside your norm and embrace innovation in the industry. If you're actively trying to stay outside your comfort zone and always trying to push yourself, then frequency bias is not going to be a problem for you. If you found this helpful, please hit that subscribe button, and don't forget that you can check out the full episode here, which includes my interview with longtime sync licensing pro Ben Morris.